Hi, this is Archie Dunlop with Talking Astrology with Archie on February the 14th, 2023, which is Valentine's Day. And Valentine's Day is, of course, completely ridiculous. Commercial festival, all about selling stuff. I suppose it has some tradition, but it's strange. The sun is in Aquarius always, by definition, during Valentine's Day, and Aquarius is not exactly the most romantic of the 12 signs. Still, we have to take it into consideration. Valentine's Day and astrology have been somehow associated. I think it's because people use astrology or think astrology might be helpful for romantic reasons. They think astrology is going to tell them that they're going to find the love of their lives. If you have to ask an astrologer whether or not you're going to find the love of your life anytime soon, the answer is usually no, by the way. Still, from an astrological point of view, the day has become important because I suppose people plan things. People plan dinners, romantic engagements, that kind of thing. And this means that the planetary positions on Valentine's Day may actually impact what happens. So it's relevant. It has become relevant. And what we find today is that the moon is in Sagittarius and it's making an opposition aspect to Mars. I suppose if you're optimistic, you might say Moon Mars is very passionate and all that kind of stuff, fireworks and so on. But Moon Mars is a very angry aspect. So if you're planning anything of a romantic nature today, you better know what you're doing, because people might get angry. Moon Mars traditionally is usually associated with angry women. Moon Mars is, the advice of Moon Mars is, the woman is right. Doesn't matter whether she's completely wrong, whatever, she is right. So depending on the situation, you need to bear that in mind. If you're a man, then be nice. I suppose most people who are into astrology are women, so the advice there would be don't be too crazy. But I do have to remind myself that this is only the second video I've done, so no one's going to be listening to me, so it doesn't really matter what I say. So yeah, be careful. It's difficult, and there's plenty of scope for getting angry, for wordplay that gets out of control. And with the moon in Sagittarius is very honest, in a very nice way, usually. But when moon in Sagittarius is opposition Mars, that honesty may be taken out of all context. So if you tell someone the truth today, even if you care about them, indeed perhaps particularly if you care about them, don't be surprised if the response is very negative. On the other hand, there is a plus side. Moon is in Sagittarius, and it's also making a fortunate aspect, a trine aspect to Jupiter. Now, that is lucky. So if you can manage all of this energy and not go crazy and keep your head, then the Moon-Jupiter aspect may relate to fortunate activity. And here I can move away, perhaps, from the romantic sphere and say that if you're optimistic and positive and you act on impulse a little, then you can make then amazing things can start to happen. So that is a possibility there for you today. Yeah, there's a silver lining to the cloud. But overall, it's a day when you have to be careful, and just because it's Valentine's Day doesn't mean to say you have to get involved in romantic activity. So if you're in a relationship where there has been recent conflict, and you're thinking that today might be the day to patch things up, then I'd advise you not to. I'd advise you to postpone it, leave it to another day. Maybe tomorrow, the day after. There's going to be less pressure, less expectation. So bear that in mind, and you should be fine. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow.